Armed for Violence. That's the title of the report released by Democratic Senator Adam Schiff. It is a new 33-page report revealing that in the last year, Donald Trump has committed at least $144 million to purchase large quantities of weapons and munitions for ICE and Customs and Border Protection. AR-style rifles, tasers, tear gas, other lethal weapons. Senator Schiff's report says in just 1 year, ICE's spending commitments on weapons, ammunition, and accessories surged fourfold, over 360% when compared to ICE's contracts in 2024. In 2025, CBP's contracts for weapons, ammunition, and accessories doubled when compared to CBP's 2024 totals. Joining us now is Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California. He's a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is the kind of report that is so vital to our understanding of what is happening now. What are the key points of your findings?
Well, we wanted to go through DHS's contracting records and document just how much they're spending to militarize this new, effectively new police force, this palace guard of the president's that is wreaking such havoc in our cities. And we found dramatic increases in spending on weapons. As you said, ICE agents will be equipped with now 3 to 4 times the amount of weapons as the previous year. Customs and Border Protection doubling their expenditure on the same. And I think what we're seeing is a dangerous combination of a much more heavily armed immigration law enforcement complex. At the same time, we heard whistleblower testimony this week that they've cut the training for these new ICE agents, and they're getting inadequate training on when to use these weapons and how to use these weapons. That is a really dangerous mix. And we wanted to sound the alarm with this report that we're seeing the emergence of a kind of law enforcement or immigration enforcement industrial complex, because it's not just the weapons. We're seeing dramatic increases in expenditures on detention centers they want to build around the country. And this has a way of gathering its own momentum. And we need to be aware of what's happening, that we're building a not small army now that's going to be policing American streets.
So this brings to mind Donald Trump's so-called border czar, Tom Homan, caught on videotape an undercover FBI video of him accepting $50,000 in cash for this purpose. This is what it was designed for. It was supposed to be about helping people. He was then in the business of helping people get these kinds of contracts. And he was talking about being able to help people get these kinds of contracts, help companies get these kinds of contracts if Donald Trump won the presidential election.
Well, that's exactly right. And we're broadening our look at what DHS is doing, because I think undoubtedly we are going to find just massive amounts of waste and fraud. We're going to find no bid contracting by DHS that, the beneficiaries of which are friends of Kristi Noem and friends of Corey Lewandowski. We have thrown so much money at DHS in that big, ugly bill, just billions and billions and billions of dollars, that, they are going to rush to spend that. It is just a feeding frenzy. And so, there's undoubtedly going to be, over time, the exposure of massive amounts of insider deals. So this is just the beginning. This is really the tip of the iceberg in terms of what ICE and DHS and Border Protection are spending, who's going to get the contracts, when contracts are going to be let in a matter of hours without real competition. Undoubtedly, the graft, like in other parts of this Trump administration, will be profound.
And there are hundreds of Trump-friendly lobbyists in Washington who are trying to do exactly what Tom Homan was trying to do when that $50,000 was passed to him, basically broker these deals for companies who want to sell these weapons.
Well, I think that's exactly right. We're already seeing the pardons that are being given out by the president to people that have donated to him or donated to his inaugural committee or this or that, or are represented by close friends of the president. They're managing to get pardons. So pardons seem effectively for sale. In the Gulf, I think our national security is for sale to the highest bidder that will invest the most in the Trump family cryptocurrencies. We're seeing, I think, really throughout the federal government, at the Justice Department, for example, whether it's, Bondi's family, cutting deals, antitrust cases going away. It is just like a corrupt feeding frenzy with everyone trying to grab as much as they can, knowing that they're just going to have 3 more years to do this, and they need to get while the getting is good.
Senator Adam Schiff, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.